Ninos is a really good program. Helps Cate students reach out and help students and just the communities in Mexico and helping them just get to like fix their campuses or just like build a playground. And cement goes a long way in Mexico because that's the building blocks of basically infrastructure like we have at Cate. So when I went to Los Ninos in Tijuana last year, I really liked helping the kids and building a playground. I really felt like I was actually putting myself out there and actually helping, seeing exactly what my money does when I raise money. And I really felt like that was a key experience to Los Ninos because you actually see what you're raising money for and you're seeing what your help means to these people and how just a smile and just a shovel can make a big difference in their lives. And this year, when I went to Mexicali this year, we had to build 2 pillars for this bridge. And this bridge connects these 2 communities towards the school grounds where these kids have to go to. And this bridge is very, very important because it connected these kids that had to walk 3 miles to get around this river that they have to cross. So I really felt like, whenever I go on Los Ninos, I always feel that I'm, helping someone and that I actually make a difference in this world.
Hacemos un campo para fútbol. Ay, ay, ay. No, that doesn't make sense. Shover, this is for you in Mexico. I have to get a really good picture. Oh, you can hold it, right? Yeah.
Rake action. Spreading the workout, making it nice and even. Making moves over here, like the upper right quadrant.
First went to Los Ninos before I came to Cate with the founder, and I flew down there mainly to photograph the food distribution in the landfills, which was Los Ninos' first sort of organized plan. Then a couple years later, I went with a group of Cate students, drove one of the vans, again to do food distribution, but we worked primarily in one of the colonias and again set up a food distribution site, and the children and mothers came from the neighborhood to have a Saturday afternoon meal. And the upshot of that kind of work for many years was that the food distribution was basically something that didn't work because the parents basically knew that Los Ninos and other organizations were going to come with food, so they didn't feed their children until that happened in the morning. So the children never got any food for their morning meal. They just waited until lunch when Los Ninos brought, tortillas and soup and oranges, etc. Then when I started teaching at Cate, I went several other times, and the transition of the organization was more to create self-help circumstances. Early on, there were more school building projects in the colonias, mostly south of and sort of the southern part of Tijuana and perhaps Tecate, so that we visited a site and we would clear gravel or flatten out an area where there was going to be some concrete poured, or we would come one weekend and we would actually pour concrete for several hours, the whole group of kids doing that, and then other kids helping with the children who were coming to the community center / school with their little projects, writing, coloring books, etc. So the weekend was made of a combination of those work projects and kind of visiting Tijuana, the cultural circumstances. We went to the big museum, the State Museum, we went to IMAX, we visited Revolucion on Sunday, so that the kids got a chance to see the sort of tourist side of Tijuana.
They are all promotoras, or we're all promotoras, that work in schools. They give classes, nutrition classes at schools and kindergartens and preschools, at churches and things like that.
Okay, so she's the principal here at the school. ¿Cómo se llama?
Rosario Perez.
Her name is Rosario Perez.
Making less money or less jobs than up here at the border region, where it's a little bit easier to provide for your family. So
miel no, junta nada más el néctar y ella con una enzima que aplica a ese néctar la convierte en miel y ya es lo que nosotros estamos comiendo.
So you can see the different roles that the bees have. First and foremost, the queen. Then you have the queen's husband, which says just a lazy bee, doesn't really do anything. And then